Hello and welcome to Chillaxation Creation with Annie Bennett. Today I'm going to take you into a journey with water lilies. So we're going to start by taking a deep breath in and out, and in and out, and in and out, and in and out. I'm going to slow that down. So in, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, in, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, in, 2, 3, out, 2, 3. And now we're going to hold it. So in, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, in, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, out, 2, 3. And just keep your breathing nice and slow, nice and steady. There's no rush, there's no hurry. This is your calm place, your chance to relax, your chance to switch off. Breathe in and out. You're sitting by a pond full of water lilies. The beautiful green lily pads are spread out over the still surface of the water. The lily pads are enormous, big enough that it looks like you could sit in one, cross-legged, and drift out into the water. They're perfectly flat, perfectly round, with beautiful greens, pinks, and oranges throughout the leaves. The water is calm and still, nothing moving, no wind, perfect calm. And these lily pads have been growing slowly, steadily, for several days. They began in the bottom of the lake, in the murk, in the mud, as tiny seeds. They couldn't see where they were going, they couldn't understand, but they knew they had to push upwards. And up they pushed through thick mud and silt and soil that was so heavy, so dense, it felt impossible. And yet they kept going. And as they pushed, they grew. Tiny shoots sprouted from tiny seeds. And this shoot became an intention. It became the direction. It became the way that they would force their way up and through. But without fear, without panic, just steadily knowing that the way to go was up. And after a while, the shoot emerged from the sludge and the mud into a new kind of challenge. Now it was in dark water, liquid, sloshing, noisy, hectic. But somehow this was better, because although it was still dark, it wasn't as heavy, it wasn't as pressurized. There was a way now of drifting, of moving, of tapping into the flow and the ebb and the current around them. And so, it pushes its way through the water. But now, it doesn't have to work as hard. It can drift a little from side to side. It can sway. It can choose whether it goes in a perfectly straight line, or if it meanders, takes a left, a right. Sometimes it chooses to spiral, to come round in a circle until it almost feels like it's gone nowhere at all. But slowly and inevitably, it moves up towards the light. And as it rises, this tiny shoot pushing through this enormous body of water, noisy, thick, dark water, the light becomes brighter. The shoot can now see where it's going, and it notices it is not alone. Around it, enormous fish swim. Other creatures make their way along the sandy bottom, and some other shoots are drifting too, each on their own journey. And sometimes these shoots decide to grow together, to drift, to twist, to head towards the surface as one. And sometimes that's supportive, and it's nice to know that you're not alone. You've got the strength of another beside you, and that is reassuring. And you take a deep breath in and out, and in and out. And after a while, you drift apart from the other shoot. You're still entwined further down, but now you head in new directions. You're both still heading for the light, but you want your own space, your own purpose. And as you break that surface, you feel all the weight, all the pressure, all the darkness that you've got so used to disappears. All around you is clarity, is air, it's space, and it's light. The warmth that you only dreamt of as you drifted below the surface is now intense, and you know that this is the time where your shoot can become a flattened leaf. You can bask, bathe, float on the surface, resplendent. And as you stretch your leaf out flat, you absorb more of the light. You can feel it strengthening you, and you grow strong. And up here, there's wind, there's creatures from the air, there's weather, there's rain that falls in tiny droplets down upon you. There's enormous creatures by the edge of the pond that come and go. There's fish that swim beneath you and take shelter in the shade that you provide. And although now you're delighted to be here in the full sunshine, you never forget the thing that keeps you who you are your roots buried deep down in the earth below. Gripping onto that sand, gripping into that mud. Without your roots, you are nothing. And it's only with the strength of your roots, the glory of the sunshine, and the beauty of this moment that you feel ready and able to flower. And you flower secretly, overnight. Nobody suspects it's going to happen, and then you show them. Take a deep breath in and out, and in and out. Just start to notice the feeling in your fingers, the feeling in your toes. Take a deeper breath in now and out, and in and out. And when you're ready, gently blink your eyes open. Take a look at those beautiful lilies and have a lovely rest of your day.